Sure. Okay. So, hi, hello everyone, and welcome to our thought leadership series. Today we're not starting in with technologies, we're starting with the human questions. And in a world where AI can write, analyze, automate, recommend, and even create, what still make us truly valuable as a human beings, right? For many years, education and business have trained people to give the right answer and follow the right processes and produce the right output. But now, machine can do many of those things faster than us, for sure, right? So maybe the real question is no longer what AI can do. The deeper question is what should humans still learn, right? Practice, and protect in the age of automation. And that is why today's conversation is very special. I'm joined by Maria, right? An innovation and digital transformation leaders with more than 50 years of experience across education, insurance, banking, logistics, and technologies and consulting as well. He has led innovation strategies, built new products, created innovation ecosystem, and worked with a new disciplinary teams across the large organizations. One of the most impressive achievements is building an innovation ecosystem at ESIC from 0 to 10,000 users for just 2 years. Wow, and this is very impressive to me. And he has also worked with applied technologies such as AI, blockchains, Web3, IoT, not only as a technology trend, but as a tool for business transformation and human progress. So today, we will explore a question that matter to every leaders, every educators, and every professionals, and every young person entering the workforce. AI, innovation, and human skill. What would we still teach in the age of automation? So, Maria, thank you so much for being here. Before we
Thank you.
talk
Thank
about
you.
AI, we would love to start with people, right? From your experience, when the world changes faster than people can affordably adapt, what human quality matter the most?
Well, it's impossible to compete with the machines in what they do the best. So if they make the calculus, if they are great with database, you don't need to compete with them in that. You need to focus in what makes you human. I
Yeah,
mean, you have to use this kind of tools to amplify your powers. It gives you superpowers to complete some tasks that previously you couldn't make. And you have to give them the human side of all of this. What I mean is empathy. Machines don't have empathy, but you as a
yes,
human have empathy. They could imitate the empathy, but they hadn't got. So you have to put, uh, work on how you interact with other humans, how you understand people. And this part, machines right now couldn't make it. So please focus on that. Also, right now, these kind of tools could help you to manage a lot of data, could give you answers, but they give you answers to questions. You have to learn how, which are the questions you need to ask to
yeah,
obtain what you need. So this is another specific skill that you must train is focus yourself in making the right questions to achieve what you want, and also critical thinking, because sometimes when you ask these machines, these technologies to give you an answer, to give you a result, you need to read it carefully, to analyze it, and to see if it's correct what they are giving to you, because hallucinations happens and not always the answer you got is the truth, neither is what you need. And that's three pillars I think that are the most important things right now, uh, to humans not compete with these technologies, but use it as an amplifier for our own skills.
Yeah, I see. I think you is also my concern as well. Like today, you can see that when I have in troubles and I ask AI, hey, how can I deal with these things, right? And the response is sometimes quite like, how can I say, like textbook. It's not a real recommendation or touch to into my emotional things. So, so one more question deeper than is that is you spend more than 50 years working across innovation, education, and insurance. And when you look back, and was your career shaped by more by technology change or by the way people respond to those change?
Well, when I look back to my first
Yeah.
experience at working, the world is completely different from what I landed. Uh, I'm very old. I don't look like, but I'm 45-year old. I started working 15 years old ago in the in energy sector, in nuclear trash sector. And well, right there, but I see the most difference among that world and right now our point is the tools we have at our disposal. What I mean is when I start working, you only have like Word, PowerPoint, and five,
Yes, right.
6, 7 tools.
Yeah.
Most of them specifically for a sector, and in almost every sector you have the same tools. Well, the technical ones were different, but it's almost similar. And right now you have access to a wide range of tools that any of them make a different kind of thing, very specific for very in for almost every problem you have in the company. You have a specific tool you could use, you could try for free, and you could be able to do things different. So one of the difference I see is that right now you need to be very curious and you have to be exploring continuously what is happening in the technology environment and with this kind of tools in order to not to be able to do your work better and not be leaving behind, because if you don't if you are not learning the things that right now are at your disposal, well, your coworkers will do it, and it's not a machine will the one that will put you out from the work market,
Yeah.
but a coworker that use this kind of tools to do his job better than you, yeah, well, maybe that person will leave you out of the work market. So right now it's really important to be curious, to try all the things you have at your disposal, your access in any moment, and try to make things different. What I mean,
Mm.
if you are always using PowerPoint to make your presentations, well, maybe one time you won't be needing anymore. But if you use right now PowerPoint and you use Canva and you use Express and you use Nano Banana and all the tools and you try any of them, well, and in maybe in some tasks you will be better than others.
Yeah, I see. So I can see that you agree that that your career when you look back, right, it was shaped by the way that people respond to the change of the technology rather than the technology itself, right? So so when did you first realize that innovation is not really about the technology but about the people? And And when you have worked with in many industry, right? A human generally excited by innovation or afraid of it. Like you work years, right? When look the
Yeah.
technology happens, you see the people will excited with the new change. Generally, the people are afraid of it. Yeah, scared of it, right?
Yeah, but well, technology. I remember. Well, my father is also a technology people. He's very technical, so I have been living with technology since I was very little. This is why I studied technology because I really love it since I was very very little, and uh, I I remember in the 90s, a lot of C-level people thought, well, these computers, well, it's a mere tool, and then when you don't, then they won't be very useful. And since time has evolved and technology has evolved, and uh, it as the technology democratizes and all of us have access to it, well, it has been proved that technology is a tool, really important, and that could make our life easier. But it's a tool. It's not a goal.
Yeah,
When I was studying, also, a lot of my uh, uh, the people around me, the other students in software engineer that in the university,
yeah,
a lot of them see technology as the goal. Well, this is technically perfect, very beautiful. Well, but maybe it's not what the people need. And in the last years, we see this shift from the technically perfect machine software to the useful software for a human. What I mean
yeah,
is, um, it's simply a tool. It's like a pen, like paper. If it is useful for something, it must be useful for something, and it has to be adapted to me as a human, as a user of this technology. So in innovation also happens this. 15 years ago, when I started in this world, people talk about innovation, and don't think about how it could be useful in first place for business, and in the second place for your coworkers.
yeah.
Right now, for example, here at the SIC, we are really focused on a mindset change, using innovation as a vehicle to transforming the cultural mindset of our organization in order to help our coworkers to make their life easier, and with that, giving to our customer a better experience because, well, for example, we are a business school. If we have the people who inscribe the students in here in the school, all the process they have to make that are always the same automated, maybe they will have time to speak with these students to help them with their doubts, to help them with the problems. And we are trying to use the tools to make the things that could be made by anyone, by that don't have any kind of value to our organization as the product we give to our customers. We are trying to make this kind of tasks in order to let these people be able to interact better with our customers.
Mm.
Because machine couldn't interact really well, but it's nice when you go to a place for the first times to have another human being being able to interact with you, being able to answer your questions, being able to create an experience.
Mm.
So we use innovation and iTools and other tools in order to change this cultural behavior in our company, also trying to give people more time and space in order to be curious, to investigate things, to try new things. And all of this is made thanks to having the right tools to the right people. For example, right now we are development a software that is the core that will manage the core of our business, and we are putting the users in the center of this development. We are asking them what they need, what are the process they made, which are the problems they have right now with the software they have, and trying to give them something useful, something that could make their life easier. So this is putting people in the center, not only in technology, but also in innovation, and use these new things that you made, new projects, initiatives, tools, to help them and to change how they work, how they see their environment, is one of our goals.
Yeah, I see. It's very interesting. So, next question. Do you think that AI is replacing human intelligence?
No.
Um,
No. At least right now.
yes, definitely. Because why I asked you this question? Just last week, I tried Claude Cowork, and you know what? It perfectly can do anything that I request as a like a white collar, right? An office man, same thing. Like I say, hey, Claude, could you like arrange the file for me and change it from the file names with this logic? And wow, it's like just 10 minutes for like 300 files. And it's amazing, like if I as an office man, if I do that, it maybe take me a day at least.
Yeah.
So so I think about like the future. Do you think that AI is replacing the human intelligence, and it will take over the white collar jobs in the future, in the really near future, right?
Well, I don't think that that I will replace us, because we have some skills that right now these tools couldn't imitate. I said firstly empathy. When you speak with, for example, with a customer, and you have an interaction and in a relaxed space, you speak with them, and when you are having this kind of interaction and you not ask for technical needs. For example, if I'm selling software, I go to the user and I speak, what do you need? No, but I go with the user and I take a coffee and I speak with him, how is his day, and I start to taking information that is not said directly. I don't know how to explain it, but this user is not telling me exactly what he needs, but he's speaking me about his day. And I try to analyze this information, and I see unspoken requirements that he's not telling me directly, but he's telling me in an indirect way. And these kind of things, for example, in a relaxed environment, well, right now, the machine is going to do it. So this kind of interaction, I think, is really important. And also high level approach, where I mean, you need to know what you need to ask in order to obtain what you want for these tools. So maybe the bureaucracy things, checking emails, answering emails, well, that could be made. But the strategy of the company, if you ask for it, you need very specific knowledge to be able to ask for this kind of strategy, and you need a complex critical thinking to analyze what is returning. And also these machines are all based on statistics. So I don't think they could give you a really innovative, disruptive, innovative strategy.
Oh,
But a human that is able to see not only the obvious things, but you could see a lot of things not related to your work, to your environment, to your sector in your daily life. And
yeah,
when you pick some of these insights from a completely different sector, from a completely different world that don't have in directly related with your work,
yeah, yeah,
but you start to giving this complex thought and start to work with it and translate it to your own sector, to your own company, and that magic happens, and you have a completely new solution,
yeah.
very innovative, very disruptive, that is not based on previous experiences in what is happening near your company. This kind of things, I at least when I'm trying to use these tools, I don't keep it. I
Yeah,
don't keep it through looking a lot of things in my daily life, in my daily work, and
yeah,
exploring what is not related and in first view not interested to me.
yeah,
But sometimes they may click and it happens that it has sense to
yeah,
apply
yeah,
in a different way for me to use. So this is why I don't think that machine school replace us, because
yeah,
this new ways of thinking, new ways of making things, and relationships among ideas that are not related
mm,
directly. I think that right now we are doing better. So the creative process, you could make images with AI, but if you want to obtain a good image, if you are not creative, what I mean, the machine is not creative. You ask for a person in
yeah,
an office, and you will obtain a person in an office. But if you are a really creative person, you could change those the things you are saying to this machine, the prompt, and you could imagine the image in your head and try to translate to the machine in order to achieve something that you want to achieve that is innovative. We have here really close to us a great professional in generative AI tools that is called Jesus Serrano from Microsoft here in Spain. It's really amazing, amazing.
yeah,
And he always tells us that he's really good making images, videos,
mm,
and these kind of creative things with AI because he started working drawing. He's a software engineer, but he has a side job drawing things. So he
wow,
thinks like an illustrator. He knows what to ask to this kind of tools to obtain the image that
mm,
he's imagining that he has in his head. And his
wow,
images are incredible, but he is the creative. And the machine is only a tool. It's like
yes,
the
right,
pencil, it's like the brushes,
yes,
but
yes,
the
actually,
image, the creative thing is from him. Because if you ask for any general thing, you will obtain the same as the
mm,
rest of the world. But if you're a really creative person, you could obtain an image that no one has ever think about it.
I see. Really interesting. And so I think you also bring with a very good example of an engineering from Microsoft. He do the engineering work, very boring things, right? And he have the side job of drawings, like an artist. And the combination of that type of person is quite unique. That AI cannot do it, right?
No.
So So moving to our educational field. So if you were asked to redesign business education for the AI age, where would you start?
With a critical
No,
thinking.
now I give you the power to redesign the entire things for
Yeah.
education in AI eras, right? So
Yeah. I will start with critical thinking and with curiosity. You will have to learn how to stay updated continuously, how to be curious, have to have inactive curiosity to be able to explore anything that is right near to you, to not being able to don't be left behind, and also creative thinking, to questioning anything that you receive in order to be sure that
yeah,
the answers, the answers that you will receive from this kind of tools are correct, are the things that you are looking for, and they don't have any kind of hallucination. Also, creativity, thinking different,
yeah,
thinking different,
yes, right.
uh, and that mindset is really crucial. And
Mm,
well, the fundamentals, what are behind this kind of tools, because when you understand, well, I have the lucky that I'm a software engineer. I studied this kind of tools in my university, well, in the early age, a long time ago. But I know that it's all statistics, and I know
mm,
that they are thinking
yes, right.
based on statistics. So I am able to understand how they will answer me, or what are they using to compose the answers they are
Mm,
giving me.
yes, right.
This is why I know how I need to ask them things in order to obtain what I want to obtain. So being
Yeah,
able to understand how these machines are working, that is not magic, that is
yes, right.
not uh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's
This
not
is
something
really,
that will give you all the answers of the world.
yeah,
No, it
it's
will
so crucial, right?
only,
Yeah.
yeah. So this understanding the how this machine works, being able to have critical thinking, being able to be creative, and being able to give this human touch to
Mm,
the answers you are, or the process, or anything you are given by these tools. These are the things that I think are needed to be taught to the business world, to the people who work in business, in order to understand this technology, in order to be able to use it.
yes, right.
Also, it's really, really important to uh, to being able to not having fear to this kind of tools, um, and learn how to unlearn. What I mean,
Mm,
it's very common in the business and offices that you are always making a process this way. Why? Because it always has been made this way. Well, maybe it's not the better way.
yes,
So
right.
try to unlearn what you learned through the years, and being
Yeah,
able to change things,
yeah,
and
yeah,
how you
yeah.
approach
Yep,
things,
yep.
is also a really good skill that you will need right now, because every day there
Mm,
are new things launching, and new things that could help you
mm,
in your work. But you need to be able to change how
yeah,
you've been working.
yeah, I
So
see.
unlearn.
Yes, actually, I do believe that with AI now, everything restarted. It's all reset. I'm have no skill now because now AI it can do uh the things that I learned for years now in a few minutes, right? I spent years to build that skill, and now AI just a few minutes can learn that and can do that quick, really quick, better than me, quicker than me. So I have to learn a new skill now, as you mentioned. This is learn how to. Oh, yeah,
And also you have to
agree.
try and commit errors. What I mean, you need to try a lot of things in order to complete one thing well, and this kind of resilience to failure is also an important task, an important skill in order to be able to use this kind of tools. Because you will spend, for example, some days ago, I was speaking with a friend that she's a biochemistry expert, and she told me that she always has a process that she has to go to a web and download some small archives, and she has to rename them, and she has to make this process for a 100 or 200 of small archives, and this process takes her like a whole day. And she was thinking, well, maybe she had Copilot in his computer, in his company. And she thought, well, I could spend the whole day making this process, as I always do, or I could spend the day asking Copilot, telling me how I could automate this process, because it's a process that at zero value is download an archive, change the name, and download the next archive, change the name. That's all.
Yes, right.
And she asked Copilot, please guide me through the process in order to automate this process I have to make. And she spent the day she was going to spend making this task, learning how to automate the process and make it with Copilot. Copilot was guiding her through all the steps with
Yes,
Power
right.
Automate and other tools. And she tried, failed, and spent the whole day trying to automate this process. She ended the day with this process automation. And right now, she no longer has to make this task. It has an agent, a wonderful agent that made it for her. So
Yeah.
thinking twice what you are making, if it adds value to the company, if it's add value to you, and if not, automating it or learning how to automate it. These kind of skills are or this mindset is the first thing you must learn when you are in this kind of work. So right now, when we talk about how to change education in the work environment or in the business environment, these are the skills you need to learn. This is the start, changing the mindset, changing how you make things, how you see things, changing how you are related to your work, thinking twice if it adds value, if it doesn't. Find
Yeah.
the tools in order to make it automated, and well, that is where how I will change the way education is seen in the workplace.
Okay, I see. Very interesting. And there's a really challenging question for you now. We can see that AI is now evolving into the education a lot. And if a young person can use AI to produce a perfect looking essay and presentation or business plan, and what
Mhm.
should we access the output, the thinking behind it, or the characters behind the decision? You see, right? Now, I'm also the university lecturer. You also, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
a bit, right? And
Yeah.
then our students submit a really perfect report or presentation to us, and how we like assess those output, the works behind that, right?
Well, I think
Wow.
right now the students are using these tools every day, better than us.
Yes,
Really
right.
better than us. But we have here, for example, um, some teachers that they change the way completely they evaluate their students. How? They don't see, well, we are business school focused on marketing. So our main subjects are
Yes,
marketing,
right.
communications, and this kind of things. Okay. So, for example, these teachers, they change completely the way they put the assignments to the students. They know that they are going to use AI, and they encourage these students to use these tools. Well, but what they are focusing on, which are the strategic problem behind the assignment I'm giving to you. Okay, they are not focusing on, well, you have to make me marketing campaign. No. You have this problem.
That's right.
Think in a strategic way, a solution, and then with this kind of tools, develop me the whole campaign. But give me the whole campaign. Give me the videos. Give me the images. Give me, and all these things they are going to make it with AI. The market studies, they are going to be made by AI, but what they are evaluating is which market study are you asking for to this AI? Why are you focusing in this segment of population in order to sell your product? Why this high level thought of the strategy is the thing that they are evaluating, and not, well, they hope to obtain from the students the whole campaign, but with professional videos, with professional images, because they have the tools to make it.
Yes, right.
And they are evaluating how they use these tools in order to produce something that is really useful for this campaign. So we have to change the way we evaluate the students. We have to see behind the work they are giving to us, which are the strategic thoughts that are driving them to give us these images, videos, strategy, the marketing strategy. And so, in order to see if they are able to understand the reason why is behind those kind of decisions they are making and they are exposing. Because if they use these tools, well, in the workplace they will use this too, but they have to have this critical knowledge and the enough thought to being able to see if what they are giving from these tools is the correct answer, is the right image, is the right strategy or not.
I see. I agree with you on that. You often call communication, empathy, creativity, and judgment as a soft skill, right? Yeah. And so in the age of AI now, so they actually become the hardest skill to build. Is it hard to build?
Yeah, well, creativity, as I told previously, is one of the skills that humans have and machines don't have. So
Yes, this
but
differentiate human and
yeah,
machine, right? Right.
and also I use this kind of tools when I don't have any kind of ideas um to see if they could give me any new ideas. Usually they don't give me, they give me new ideas, but not disruptive new ideas. The way I keep them is to read a lot, to see a lot of videos, see a lot of things not related with the field I'm trying to study. Because that is one of the things that I really love, is to see things that are not related with the concrete field, and try to make it through this field. Because I always say that is when magic happens, when you catch something, some idea that is
Yes, right.
from a completely different sector, a completely different field, completely different, and you translate it to a whole new, to your own field, to your own sector. And this is what I love the most.
Yeah.
So this kind of creativity, the machines can give to me, at least right now. They help me with more bureaucratic tasks, with more processes that are already defined, but defining, see exactly which process could be automated or which ones couldn't be automated. In that, I don't see well, I try to use this kind of tools for that, but not always is the best way, because at the end we came back to the previous topic. We have to use this kind of tools to help humans.
Yep.
So sometimes if you have a process that could be automated, you don't always need to be, you don't always need this process to be automated. You have to think twice if the process add values, not add value to the final product, and if the process really add value to the final process, to the final product, to your customers, maybe it won't be the best way to automate it, because if you could add this process a human touch, maybe it could have value. And if you take out this human touch of the process left the value behind. So thinking twice what to automate, what not, seeing with a human's perspective all the things related in the office world.
Yeah. I see.
Could be really useful.
In their workplace. Yeah. I see. Really interesting. Um. So, what is the differences between a person who use AI and a person who is shaped by AI?
The critical thinking. Being able to see the answer and ask yourself, is this the best answer I could obtain? Is this the right answer? Is this perfect? Or maybe if I change it and add something and making another iteration, or I could give something better. That's the difference. Being able to see an answer, being able to thought about that answer, and to be critical with that answer.
Okay, I see. So I think this is a good one, and it's lead me to the next question: is what should every child or students or young professional learn before learning how to use AI? What should they learn before they learn how to use AI? Yes.
They have to learn how to ask questions. With questions need to be asked.
Yes. Agree.
Because people ask a lot of things, but if you ask something that is not important, you will give an answer that is not important. So you need to be able to think twice. What exactly you need to know? How you could ask it to the machine in order to achieve the answer that will help you. And when you receive that answer, well, if that's the best answer, what we saw before, is that the best answer I could obtain? Or maybe if I ask another thing, or if I ask in another way, I could achieve a better answer. Also, not another skill to be taught and to have to achieve the best from these tools is to not let things in the surface. What I mean, if you have a problem, you could ask for the symptoms of the problem to let the knowledge in the surface of the problem, or you
That's right.
could thought in a deeper way in this problem and being able to go to the root of the problem, because maybe what are you seeing are only the surface, the symptoms when you have an illness. If you have, I don't know, maybe a red spot in your hand, you could, oh, I will treat this red spot, or maybe I could go to a completely check and see if this red spot is because I have anything else in any other place. So go deeper in the problem, thinking twice on it, go to the root and trying to solve it, and asking about to solve this root of the problem, not to stay in the surface. But this kind of thought is, or this kind of mindset is what the students and the workforce needs to have in order to really use these tools in its full potential.
Hmm. So we our conversation is last quite long now. I will go to the really the final question for you.
Okay.
So in the future, will great leaders be measured by how much they automate or by how wisely they design what should not be automated?
How wisely they decide not to be automated. Or
Why? Yeah,
in the
yeah,
future. Right
yeah.
now, we are in a point that we are still seeing the potential of these tools. We are still trying and error. So right now, a lot of people is measured by how they are automating the amount of tasks they automate. But in the future, with when this technology will be our daily life, and it will be more uh, will be it will be more in our daily work day in any business. And when we see exactly the benefits and the the bad part of using this kind of tools, we will change the way we are measuring people on to this in this way, to see how which process they decide to automate and which no, and why.
Mm,
But right now is not that point. Right now, the more you use it, the better you work. That's not. I don't think that that could be the good way to measure people. I think that there are things that are more important, that really add value to your daily life, to your products, that don't need to be automated. Or if you automate it, maybe in the future you will have problems. So
uh, yeah,
let's
yeah,
see how it's evolved, how all these things evolve. But I think
yeah.
that
Yes,
in
right.
the
Yes,
future,
right.
that's be
Yes,
the message.
yeah, I agree. So, Maria, thank you so much. I think this conversation reminds us of something very important, right? And
Mm.
AI may change the way we work, but it's also focused us to rethink the way we learn and unlearn, right? And the way we lead and the way we define human value as well.
Yeah.
So the future will not belong only to people who know how to use AI. It will
Mm.
belong to people who know how to ask better questions as you answer, right? Make a
Yeah.
better decision. Use trust, stay curious, right? And take responsibility for the impact of of their choice.
Mhm.
Perhaps the real purpose of education in the age of automation is not to make human more machine-like. It's to help human become more thoughtful, more creative, more ethical, more deeply humans, right? And really thank you again, Maria, for sharing your insights. That's what I hear from you today, and really appreciate what you share with your insight, your experience, and your perspective with us today. And thank you to everyone who joined this conversation. If there's one idea to take away, it may be this: technology will keep changing, but the need for human judgment, courage, imagination will not disappear, and it's become even more important. And see you guys in the next episode of our Thought Leadership series. And once again, thank you, Maria, for joining us today.